All right, we've talked on evenings about the growing influence of Indian immigrants and what they're having on Australian culture, from business to politics. So, of course, it was only going to be a matter of time before our musicians began cross cultural collaborations as well. Now, two Indian brothers have decided to form Australia's first Australian Indian orchestra. And the brothers are here with me in the studio. Welcome, Sagar and Suraj Nagaraj, to our studio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Indra.
Great to have you here. So tell me a little bit about your background, because this is such an amazing concept. When did your family come to Australia?
Yeah, so our parents migrated in 1993. We were both born in Sydney. And we come from the south of India, so a city called Mysore, which is in the vicinity of Bangalore.
Okay, and have you always played music since you were a young age?
Not always. I started when I was 8. And
I started when I was 4, so
Okay.
after Sagar, yeah.
All right, that was very young.
yeah.
And you've the most amazing CV of experience, the different orchestras that you've played with and fronted. So you're both musicians, but you are a conductor as well, Suraj.
Well, I have conducted in the past before,
Yeah.
just doing like small high school ensembles, but on a scale like this, I've never conducted a huge orchestra like this before, so it'll be my debut.
Okay, so where did the idea come from for an orchestra, an Australian Indian orchestra?
So we decided that we wanted to bring Indian music to the main concert hall stage, and we wanted to sort of have a fusion style and mix Western instruments like the symphony orchestra. We have trumpets and strings, along with Indian instruments as well, like the tabla and the sitar. And here in Sydney, in Australia, I don't think we've ever seen something like this before. So it's been both of our project to sort of build this together and perform on the 13th of August.
Yeah, so give me a sense of, you need a lot of musical ability to bring an orchestra together to meld Western and Indian music. So what sort of experience have you had, Sagar, when it comes to being parts of orchestras?
yeah, so I've performed with, so we've gone through youth orchestras. That's where it all starts. It's all grassroots.
Right.
And that's the only way something like this is possible. Started in the Arts Unit Orchestra, a publicly funded New South Wales public schools combined ensemble, and then we went through the Sydney Youth Orchestra, and then the Australian Youth Orchestra as well. And I had the great fortune to perform with the Australian World Orchestra, which brings Australia's greatest expats to Australia to perform. And they've also performed with Zubin Mehta, famous Indian conductor, and they've performed in India as well. So I had the great opportunity to go to India and perform with them there. And then that sort of started to get me thinking, what if we combine Indian music, Indian classical instrumentalists and Indian music with your traditional Australian, symphony orchestra? What kind of sounds can we produce? What kind of music can we make? And we actually did that on a smaller scale with a string orchestra concert last year in November. And what we did was Suraj composed a medley of well-known Bollywood film music
Right.
arranged for string orchestra. The concept was to showcase strings and what's possible with strings. We had a string orchestra including harp as well, and Suraj arranged, and the program included Mahler, Tchaikovsky, Elgar and Debussy, and Nagaraj as the final item, which was the medley, and both with Australian and Indian audiences. That was the hit. That was the big hit. And so then we knew we were onto something, because they were like, when's the next concert? When can we see you again? We're like, oh, okay, all right. We're going to do something.
So what do you think it was about the blending of those two styles of Eastern and Western that appealed to the audience? Because it's a difficult thing to do, to bring those very different
Yeah.
styles together.
So
Suraj.
with the Indian film music, you often find a lot of the songs incorporate ragas. So Indian ragas that use basically certain modes of talking like the Western scales, and so mixing the Western instruments with a sort of Indian style of music with ragas gives like a really stirring and unique sort of quality to the sound, and also a lot of our sort of audiences have specifically Indian have never really seen a sort of live orchestra, like a string orchestra, play Bollywood or Indian music
No.
in of itself. It's normally just a band, sort of keyboards and guitar. So the keyboard sort of takes over all the strings, but you don't really get that natural sound. So for the audience to really hear a live string sound, rich with like the cellos and double basses, and obviously the harp as well we had. So it was just an amazing experience for not only the audience but also the musicians as well. It was a great experience for them, as they got to they got to learn a lot of techniques as well. So there are certain like special Indian techniques that are used in these film songs.
Like the Tahai.
Like you have the Tahai, which is a sort of a rhythmic sort of
flourish
and
ending.
ending
Right.
to a phrase, musical phrase. You also have little ornamentations like gamakams, which are like slides, and mordants that are frequently used, and just a lot of sliding and
Mixing that all together.
Yeah.
So that all comes together in this inaugural concert of the Australian Indian Orchestra, Sydney to Mumbai, a symphonic journey to incredible India. It's going to be held at the iconic Verbruggen Hall in the Sydney Conservatorium of Music on Sunday, the 13th of August at 5 p.m. So you're bringing this all together. What sort of songs are you going to be playing?
Are we at liberty to say that? So you were trying to keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
But
Oh, right,
it's
okay.
very well known and established popular Bollywood music. But yes, orchestrated and with the singers as well. So we'll have 4 singers performing these wonderful classics, accompanied by a 60-piece symphony orchestra.
That's amazing.
With Indian instruments as well, incorporated into the orchestra. When we just sent out the rehearsal schedule to all the musicians, and in the orchestra list for the very first time, we had to put like, oh yeah, in the strings we've got sitar, in the percussion we've got tabla now. So we're actually creating a new orchestra, it'll be a
new
visual
format. Yeah.
and auditory new experience.
So you'll be conducting, and you'll be playing with
Violin, yeah.
Violin.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are going to play a little for us
Yeah.
tonight on the show. So tell us about the piece you're going to be performing.
So the piece will be called Mahabbaten, and it's from the very most iconic Bollywood film, Mahabbaten, which stars Shah Rukh Khan, which is essentially the king of Bollywood.
Yeah.
And so this is an arrangement that I've made for violin duet, and the reason why I sort of arranged this duet is because I've seen a lot of musical sort of performances like in the movie, in like the music video, and they sort of haven't shown it accurately. Not sure if you know Two Set violin, but they sort of they go about like criticizing and talking about how like the performance the acting of the music should be better. And I was looking at the Mahabbaten music video, and I was thinking, you know what, we have to let me give you
Have a go at it and do it the way.
yeah. Just
All right. So with me are Sagar and Suraj, and they're going to perform this wonderful piece that demonstrates, the wonder and beauty of Bollywood music. They're both playing beautiful violins together for this duo. So thank you very much. Take it away. magic. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful. You can tell you guys have spent a lot of time playing together as well.
Yeah,
Such,
yeah.
such a lovely harmony. Wow, that's Sagar Suraj Nagaraj. They have started this first in Australia, in Australian Indian Orchestra. Their inaugural concert will be on Sunday, the 13th of August at 5 p.m. at the Conservatorium of Music. And where can people get tickets?
They can find them at aio.org.au, and we've even thrown in a special exclusive discount for ABC listeners. If you type in the code ABC when you get tickets, you'll get an exclusive discount.
Oh wow, I think there's going to be a high demand
Yeah.
if that's an indication of the music people are going to get on the day. Thank you so much and congratulations with your initiative and all the best, boys.
Thank you so much.
Hey!
That was sensational. Thank,
Thank
you.
you.
I'm just going to put on another song and then
Sure.
I can